So let's begin. We'll begin by just doing some breathing tonight and just with some basic belly breath. So just starting wherever you may be, find your place, breathing in, allowing the earth element to rise up and meet your sit bones. So we're opening, we're breathing in, we're receiving, and we're rooting. And then on the out breath, we release. So really feeling a sense of embodiment just as you breathe in and allowing it to be really natural. Just so natural and so easy. It's as if the breath is breathing itself through you. So just some mindful breathing to start. And the Buddha said, breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. This means attuning to the senses in your body and just noticing how they're always changing, that each breath feels different than the one before, each out breath, each release different than the one before. And yet, we are also deeply rooted in the present experience of this moment. So, not worrying about past or future, but finding our place here and now in a very natural, open way. And we find that mindful awareness just rises so naturally here. Part of working with the Vajras, which are deeply linked to what we call karma, our tendencies. The embodiment, the first Vajra, embodied awareness. We slow down kind of our impulse to act and react. And as we discussed last week, just feeling a sense of easy flow, just being in the body, even if we're acting in the world or walking or doing something creative. So purifying the first Vajra, the action of body, simply means slowing it down and just allowing an easeful flow in your mindful embodiment, in your sense of being mindfully embodied. And relaxing muscles. So, relaxation, again, being really important to changing the reactivity and the effort of being in the body. Relaxation opens the doorway to change. And this first Vajra, Vajra means thunderbolt or lightning bolt, having a diamond like quality. This first Vajra, in Tibetan Buddhism, we locate the experience of that in the center of the forehead. This embodying mindful presence is in the center of the forehead. So when you feel as if your breathing has softened you and relaxed you a bit, just bring your attention to the center of the forehead gently and soften the muscles around the eyes and the cheekbones. Let the jaw drop. In the center of the forehead, the eyebrows just sort of soften away from the center so you really feel a sense of space here. This is the place of the first Vajra, the syllable Om. And in the sadhana, sadhana is practice in Tibetan Buddhism. We can just gently chant Om by just suspending attention in the center of the forehead and just holding the intention here to simply be mindfully embodied. If you're already sort of settling into meditation, you don't need to do the chant if you aren't inclined to do so. But if you are, if your mind is really busy, you can chant with me, along with me, the syllable Om. And feeling the vibration, if you are chanting, feel how it vibrates here in the cranial area and in the forehead. So once again, again, the intention here is simply to open to a mindfulness in your body or an embodiment of awareness. We'll do this a couple more times, and on the next one, along with the intention and the location, imagine that a clear white light is spreading out from the center of the head and out through the forehead, shining brightly. This is the color, this white light is the color of this Vajra and of the syllable Om. Again. And allowing the sense of the vibration of this tone to open your senses to the experience of the chant itself. Slightly quieter again, slightly quieter now. Now down to a whisper. And finally, one more time, just on the exhale, just hearing this syllable in your mind and remembering the vibrations of the body. And then we'll just hold for a moment, feeling this clear white light just surrounding you from the source here in the forehead. The intention to be clear and present in your body. And then we drop down our attention down into the base of the throat, right about the area where the collarbone comes together. There's a little depression there, a little below the Adam's apple. This is the location in the body of the second Vajra, the Vajra of what we call the Vajra of speech, but it's so much more than speech. And here the syllable is ah, ah. And if we just sort of hold a sense of open awareness here at the base of the throat, um, thinking about how, or rather reflecting a bit on this place where we hold so much, especially things that people say to us, or things that are unsaid by us. If we're feeling silenced in any way or censured in some way, often this will feel closed. It'll be hard to feel it as soft and open. So here, it's an expression. It's not just speech. It's not just what is said, but it's largely what we say, our capacity and our sense of feeling expressive and creative in expressing truth, a sense of confidence in expressing ourselves and our needs. All of these things are located here, as well as a valuing of silence, what we call noble silence, and the relinquishing of the need to say anything. In a way, we are gathering our energy back, this externalized energy, and just being content with being here and now without needing to say anything. So here we'll keep this in mind, this intention to simply open, feeling a sense of openness here, freedom in expression and freedom in silence. As we chant ah, and opening the back of the throat a little bit more, just as if you're about to yawn, as you let this tone be free. Again. We can also relinquish when we do this, allowing this syllable to hold the expression of any emotion or feeling that we're carrying, whether it's sorrow or grief. We can express it through this tone. It's as if the heart is also talking. And on the next tone, also imagine a clear red light emanating from this part of you. As you vibrate this tone and hold the intention to just visualize clear, almost pinkish red light emanating from this part. And again. And one more time, a little bit quieter. And again, down to a whisper. And finally, also embracing the significance of this Vajra for contentedness in our silence. To do it one last time, only hearing that tone in the mind. And just gently now resting and radiating this reddish hue, this clear red light from here. Feeling the vibrations continuing in the body. And feeling a sense of openness and confidence in your own expression of truth and of things, of all things as they are. And when you're ready, you can just drop attention now down to the third, which is in the area of the heart. Anahata, the Sanskrit name for the heart, for the energy center or the chakra of the heart. And just feel a sense of openness here as you breathe in and out. This here is the Vajra of mind. And here what we mean by mind is really the consciousness that arises from the heart, that in its purest form radiates compassion. So here mind isn't thinking, but it's love and consciousness unified together. The syllable for this Vajra is hum, H-U-M. Some might pronounce it hung, H-U-N-G. Either way. The color of this one is a brilliant blue. So we can also radiate this color of almost a deep sky blue, which is also, interestingly, the color of unity and non-duality, which is really the heart of compassion, the wisdom and compassion. So we'll chant Om, holding attention here in the heart, radiating this clear blue brilliance of our deepest unconditional love. You can feel it resonate in the body cavity. So feeling this to be deep and round, vibrating through the upper part of the torso as you chant. Again. And now slightly quieter. And with the gentleness of a loving heart, feeling this now down to a whisper. And then finally hearing it quietly in your mind and remaining with the sensation of that tone in your body, the vibration, and the intention to open to profound love. You can actually practice this by going through cycling Om, Ahom in one breath. We're not going to do that tonight. But I invite you to, if you've done this before and you'd like to try chanting the Om, Ahom, and moving from one place to the next in one breath, you may, no problem there. But here, let's just pause. You can always come back to these Vajras and chanting these syllables any time in your practice if your mind just starts spinning off, or if you get sleepy, or whatever distractions are coming up. This is a wonderful way to just reorient your intentions, your aspirations for your practice as well. So, exploring a bit more what we might call the ultimate meaning of these Vajras in our practice. And coming back to this embodiment of awareness. Feeling this sense of energy in the body and experiencing your body almost as, well, fully as a microcosm to the macrocosm. Notice what this does in your senses and your own awareness. Just become the macrocosm, as you said, that all of the universe is contained and unbounded within your body. And not trying to think your way through this, but just experiencing it directly. Open to this, even if just for a moment. The good news is that which we concentrate on determines the kind of consciousness that arises. And so here, just effortlessly abiding in the body, experiencing yourself as this macrocosmic process right here where you are, in such an open way. This deep connection to ultimate creativity and energy and potential energy, unmanifested consciousness right here and now. Mindfully abiding in this. Let the flow of your breath continue. The breath is an ally to this practice. It's also the breath of the universe in your body. And holding this gently, lightly, we can also become aware of our own expression. The second Vajra being that of profound openness. What in Buddhism we sometimes call emptiness. The syllable ah is, after all, the syllable of emptiness. And how this actually, how we might experience this has to do with our own experiencing of truth as it is, reality just as it is now, without any judgment, but abiding with things, with reality, in what we can call beginner's mind, and not projecting anything into it. So this Vajra ultimately is that of wisdom. So when we speak from wisdom. And when we are silent, we are simply abiding in the wisdom of our own presence. And feeling this openness, profound openness, as if there is no barrier between inside and outside. Allowing the heart now to also recognize this. That which we call mind is really that which we call consciousness of the heart, love. So opening to your own connection, your own unconditional, loving presence, present to yourself and all you feel, as well as all of those you know in your life, and ultimately all things and all beings. The spirit of awakening, what we call bodhicitta, arising naturally from this open heart, from this deepest intention. Ultimately, all three of these Vajras are one. So you can just feel a sense of your heart holding all of these qualities. In a state of interconnectedness and love. So we'll abide here for a few minutes, just sitting quietly together until the bell rings and brings us back. And as we begin to near the end of this practice, we can actually also offer up 3 affirmations. And the first, may I embody mindfulness. May my actions be for the ultimate well-being of all beings. May I embody mindfulness. And may my deeds and actions be for the well-being of all living beings. The second one, may I abide in truth and express wisdom, creativity, and value silence for the benefit of all beings. May I speak from wisdom, express truth, and also value silence for the well-being of all beings, myself and all beings. And last, may I abide in an open, spacious heart of compassion. May my love be boundless and strong for the benefit of myself and all beings. Breathing in, breathing out once more, finding ourselves back in the body. And I invite you to bring your hands to heart center and offer a bow whenever you like.